Welcome to Grab Shiny Podcast. I'm John here with Alex and Zach.
What up?
It's Friday. A lot of things happened this week. I forgot to inform you guys, but we're going to start off with good stuff. Usually we give everyone a little bit of time to think about just good games they've played, good anime they've played. I know you. As soon as you said we're live, I was like, oh shit, we always start off with good stuff. So I want to start off with good stuff. And I'll go first. Just everyone just keep in mind, start thinking. I want to talk about Full Metal Alchemist 2003. Full Metal Alchemist 2003 gets a bad rap. I'm not done with Brotherhood, so I'm sure it gets better at the end. But Full Metal Alchemist 03 tells the beginning tale a million times better than Brotherhood. Brotherhood just completely drops the ball. And to me, it's because they're companion pieces.
Yeah, it's like they're riding off of what already happened in the first one. And that's why a lot of people's defense for it is too. It's just well, watch the first one first.
Yeah, you should. And you should. But Brotherhood assumes you've watched 03 before. And it's going to give you the highlights, give you the most important moments, but it's not going to tell it as well and whatever. When the split happens, when it starts telling its own story that goes along with the manga, then it's kick-ass. It's a million times better so far. But all the stuff in the beginning, 03 does a lot better, personally. So 03, that's good stuff, and it gets a bad rap, bro. Alex, you got any good stuff, bro? What you been doing lately, man? What you been playing lately?
Just a lot of Gears 4 and WoW as usual right now. But other than that, I'm enjoying Gears 4. The only thing I gotta say about it is the online right now is just currently a little small for what it is. That's surprising though, because I remember back when I used to play Gears 1 and 2, online it used to be bustling. Now it's just kind of dead right now.
Well, you know what that's about.
It's just because it's a different, I don't want to say different company, but it's in different hands right now. And I guess the way they're going about it is now that there's a store and people are kind of just off-put about that kind of shit sometimes.
Oh, it's got a microtransaction store?
I mean, yeah, but then there's stuff in the store that you can buy with in-game money, not actual money.
Right.
So you don't have to fucking buy shit from the store with your own money.
Fair enough.
So, I mean... Yeah, it kind of does that kind of shit sometimes, but it's all mostly cosmetic stuff, so it's not really too much of a big deal. And if you're just playing for the actual game itself and what values it has in it, I'd say it's worth it, because they still keep the old shit in the game from, I wouldn't say all the weapons from Gears 1 and 2 and so on and so forth, but, they keep, the same, mechanics. No more of that crowd walking bullshit, though. I'm glad that's out.
Okay.
I think, a lot of it has to do with, one, it's Gears 4. This is the fourth game, and Judgment was the last one, right? And I'm pretty sure that off-put a lot of people.
That was probably the worst one for most.
Yeah,
Judgment? What was that?
It's a prequel, right?
It was technically a prequel to the first.
I didn't even know they made that.
Yeah,
it was supposed to describe what happened during E-Day and stuff.
Yeah, and I think that put a few people off. And then this is kind of the return to form, right?
Yeah, this is after what happened in Gears 3 and everybody after 12 years after the whole bullshit happened when they defeated the Locusts.
You could probably jump in on Gears 4 and be okay, right?
Well, I mean, but you have to play the first of the 3 games, 1 through 3.
Okay, so you think the story is that
it
is still important.
It still
even at least the trailer, you see the main dude or whatever is oldest sin.
Fair enough.
So,
and just the fact that it's on the Xbox One. The Xbox One has 15 million, 20 million people, and the 360 at the time had 60 million and 70 million. I mean, so it's a different audience.
And if you're more a PC person who doesn't really mind Windows 10, then it's still good on Windows 10 since I played on Windows 10.
Isn't it cross-platform too? You can play with Xbox people,
which is good. So now you don't even have to commit to it if you want to play with your buddies. So.
Yeah, as long as you got one or the other, which is how it should be.
So you're not having any trouble with the Windows Store so far? It just works for you?
It works for me. It's pretty good. It's surprising. I thought it'd be a lot worse from what everybody says.
Yeah. I gave it a lot of shit, and I've never used it, to be real.
It's kind of if you can find an app on your phone, you can find a game on the Windows Store. It's the same concept, and you just download it, and you have a shortcut on your fucking desktop for the game.
You never have to enter it again.
Yeah. Everybody kind of just copied that idea with an app store, and it kind of just worked out.
Yeah, so it works. I've downloaded the game from it.
Right. So what do you got, Zach? What do you got for good stuff, bro?
Oh.
Have you thought of a single thing yet? Have you even been focused on thinking yet, or have you been dicking off?
I don't dick off. I dick on.
Oh, so you're ready.
No. Wait, hold on.
I want you to name a good anime or a good game. What do you got for me, bro? What you been playing lately that's been good for you?
Oh, I've been game hopping a lot, which I do.
Yeah.
All the time.
Play about 2 hours and call it a day. And never...
Did I talk about Shadowrun? I like Shadowrun.
Which one, bro? Which one in particular? Like, obviously a lot of them, but...
Is it like Shadowrun Returns or like the Hong Kong version? Or
I haven't played Hong Kong yet. Dragonfall so far is probably my favorite. Just because, like, I beat Returns, and you make your character, and it's all cool. And there's some established characters, but, like, your partners are not really big characters in the story. Like, you get a few that can be, and you can recruit them and everything, and then you can use them on further missions. But there's no overall story for those characters that are like super important. So
right.
This one has like, you know, you're part of like a crew already, and like something happens and you become the leader of those people, and like you can always take them on missions and stuff like that. And I do, because they're just so interesting of characters. They're awesome and I love them.
Gotcha.
You know, I just like that, like rather than just hiring randos.
Now, can you just jump in right in there, or do you need to play Returns first?
Or
do you need to really go back even further?
I would play the first Shadowrun.
The original?
Then, yeah.
Like the Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
And then for story purposes?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Jake, and then Jake's in Returns, and your character is actually like kind of the same character from Returns to Dragonfall as well, because like there's a few dialogue options where you kind of figure out, it's like, oh yeah, this person did this, and I was like, wait, that happened in Returns. Oh.
It's all
and I ended up using a different character. I was like, oh, I should have made the same person. But
it's weird when that happens, especially like if you play a second game first and like big spoilers are just talked about openly, and then like if you go back, you're like, oh, that's cool, that's what happened. I know what I know Wesker's a bad guy.
I did it at first when I first played it. I named Alice or whatever, and did like a little Wonderland last name, whatever the fuck. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do like that little reference. And then you literally run into a character in the second game named Alice, and it does the whole Wonderland shit. And I was like, God damn it, no! So I couldn't have that. So.
They kind of knew the joke, and they're like, we're going to play along.
Yeah, I was just like, I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. So, 2 characters. It's like when I named myself Zach in Final Fantasy VII. It just pisses me off.
You fucked up, homie.
Yeah, I chose the wrong name at birth, I guess.
I mean, that's not your fault, though.
I know. It just upsets
It's
me.
Zach's fault.
It's Zach with a K's fault. You fucker. Best Final Fantasy VII character, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think so.
Tifa's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I like Tifa.
You know, a lot of the characters are actually amazing in that game.
Barrett's fucking awesome.
Barrett's like hilarious. Even with the whole dog complex, like he's fucking scared as fuck. That game's racist, by the way.
Oh,
but,
of course. I think Red 13's a really good character too.
Yeah.
Man, everyone's a pretty good character.
I would chip into this, but I'm one of those people who never actually played Final Fantasy VII.
Wait, hold on. Let's stop right here.
Holy shit.
Because it's time for confrontation. Zach, have you ever beat Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah. I've beat it multiple times.
I just want to make sure, because Zach doesn't beat a lot of games, but he plays through about like 80% of them, and like.
I beat a popular one. It was called Crisis Core.
Yeah, see.
I want to play Crisis Core.
It's good.
I'm hoping that they like re-release it. I know I'm asking for
nice.
Yeah, like put it on Steam.
Fucking bundle it with the fucking HD one coming out.
Oh, you're right. That makes a lot of sense.
Fuck it. You know?
They're probably not going to do
Even
that.
if it's only a digital
Probably
download,
not,
it'll just be nice to play. I doubt it. I think they're trying to like distance themselves from it. Actually,
I don't know why. It's good.
Well, I think they're just trying to.
Minus some of the new character stuff in it. And I was like, okay, you done.
I think they're trying to like just get back to.
He was stupid.
Yeah.
They're trying to get back to Final Fantasy VII, like being like an iconic like game for them, kind of like Aladdin is for fucking Disney, and they're not going to talk about Aladdin 2 and 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Which
like,
2's still fine. 3 is where it kind of gets out of hand. I like 3.
It's just that, you know, that's not what is going to make them money, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd buy Crisis Core, but I'm not buying Advent Children again.
Fuck.
Not that I bought it the first time.
I did.
Kind of made it sound like you did buy it the first
My
time.
sister bought it, so I watched it.
It was sad.
I will say when the Blu-ray version came out, I was like, it's going to look better now? And then you got better graphics? I might have to, but I held strong. I didn't get it, man.
The story's a fucking mess.
Yeah, it is.
Everything's just a goddamn mess in the movie. Minus like one fight scene.
The one where they're fighting the Bahamut Chaos.
No,
is
I
pretty
think
cool.
that's still pretty bad.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. I think Tifa's fight with that one dude was like the best fight in it.
Man, I don't even remember. I'm so glad I don't either.
Because like it actually shows her doing like some of her iconic moves in it too, which is kind of crazy. But the Bahamut fight was like kind of pissed me. It just pissed me off because it just highlighted Cloud. Like all the other characters were just fucking useless.
Well, you know that's what the whole thing's about now.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's about Cloud.
Look at me, I'm Barrett. I'm charging up my fucking big shot. Up, about to fire off, and I'm interrupted. And I was like, God, come on, man. Stop it. Barrett can fucking call down satellite beams, bro. God. Barrett's a badass.
Yeah, but they kind of portray Cloud as like Goku in this kind of series, that he has to be the one
He has to
do everything.
At least in Advent Children, he is, yeah. Because in the game, and even in Crisis Core, right, he's not a powerful person, right? He's not
Crisis Core, he's like nobody.
And in 7, he's not depicted as like he's a strong guy. He's a soldier, right? An ex-soldier, but like he's not. He's not a god.
Because he's not a soldier at all.
Yeah, but well, he was, right? He was part of them, right? No. He just wasn't like.
Well,
yeah, no. He was there.
He was one of the grunts,
which is part of soldier.
It's not soldier.
Is it not?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, bro.
Soldiers like the people that get infused with Mako and shit.
Those are the elites.
Yeah,
they're the ones called soldier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Fair enough.
That's why he was always like, "Yo, Barry, if you ever run into a fucking soldier, you're gonna fucking die." And he's not wrong. Soldier would have fucked him up at the time, but you know, he was like really strong because of the Genova cells.
Cloud.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
But even so, like all the other characters are strong as shit. But I mean, coincidentally, but they are, you know. Like,
I mean, Cloud does have alien in him, and that gives him an advantage.
I mean, but Sephiroth is just full alien.
Yeah. Well,
no, he's the same thing as Cloud.
Just
basically.
Partial alien.
Because all it was is like just a baby before it was born. You know, the fetus got injected with the cells.
Cloud's mother is Genova as well. So, like when they're talking about Mother in all the other movies, they're talking about Genova, and it's just anyone that has Genova cells in them.
Yeah, that's why they always refer to her as Mother. But he was a normal human being for most of his fucking life until you know. Wasn't
Sephiroth like bred like from birth for that? Or
his mother got raped by Hojo. And then he experimented on the fetus and fucking injected cells and shit.
Final Fantasy VII is a fucking mess. It's going to be ruined when the HD version comes out.
Yeah.
There's no way they're going to put all that shit in there.
They're going to be like, nah, you know, Sephiroth was born in the happy family.
God. He's just a fucking child.
Or they just won't like put emphasis on what happened. They'll just sort of brush past it.
I hope not.
All that episodic shit too.
Yeah, the episodic shit has me scared, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
I just hope, like, they could still do it right with episodes. Just think of it like discs. Just limit yourself to where you can go at some points, but at the same time, try to make it as open as possible. But that's...
Well, I mean, you have to think about why games were limited by discs in the first place, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they were limited because of the size of cutscenes in the original ones.
Yeah.
Because the whole game exists, it's just the cutscenes are missing. And then in like Final Fantasy 13, it's just DVD space for the HD textures. But like here, that's not an issue. It's a budgeting thing. Yeah. They're like actively cutting it up to make a little bit more money and to get them out faster. My fear is you won't be able to go back to old places. And I don't think that's 100% going to happen.
I hope it like, as long as it can use data from like previous episodes and like... I think maybe you can take in some data where it's like, oh, hey, I can still go back to those areas or something. But
I think your level will carry over, but I don't think you'll be able to go backwards.
I don't think you're going to be able to get equipment.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like, I bet you're going to get, like, materia or some shit, and that's it.
Oh.
In the game. Like, you're probably going to rock Buster Sword the whole time.
You think it'll just be a straight-up action game? Is that what you're saying?
Not really. I bet you're going to level up. You're probably going to get, like, materia and items. But, like, there's not going to be, like... weapon changing and stuff like that. You're probably gonna have a Buster Sword, but you probably put something on it to make it stronger, quote unquote. But I bet you they're not even gonna make it where it's like anyone gets any different weapons or anything like that.
We'll see.
Because like if you miss out on them and stuff like that, they're probably just.
I mean, in Final Fantasy 13, they just say go fuck yourself. So I mean,
yeah.
Like, if you missed the weapons, it was too fucking bad.
Didn't the weapons look alike anyway, or did they actually change what they were using?
They changed what they were using. Because I remember specifically Zaz's guns would look different.
Oh yeah, Vanille.
That's right. Vanille's little fucking
change a lot.
And the boomerang guys would change a lot.
I thought her weapon was so weird. Like I was like, do I like it or do I fucking hate it? Like, I don't fucking know.
Like granted, there's a lot of crafting, and the crafted weapons were better, but that doesn't excuse the fact that you could miss
a lot of
enemies.
stuff.
And there's an enemy early on, like there's a big turtle enemy. He's too strong for you to fight, and you're like, I'm trying to fill up my monster.
And you can't train because like you have a limited like level you can get to in each like part of the game.
And I'm trying to like fill out I'm trying to fill out like the Monsterpedia in the game, right?
Yeah.
So like if you don't come into conflict with that guy, he's not in it. Well, they tell you not to because he's too strong. Ran past him. There's no returning. Too bad. You know, it's like fuck, man. That's a problem. So that's my fear in Final Fantasy VII as well. I have the same fear you do. It's gonna be watered down as fuck.
They're always trying something different, but I'd say leave all that episodic stuff to Telltale. I don't know, it's just not their field. I feel like.
Yeah.
Just for like an old RPG, it just shouldn't. I just feel like it shouldn't be like that.
I mean, there's a lot of things wrong to me, that they shouldn't have done, but they've already done it now. Yeah. They've already turned it into an action RPG.
I'm fine with that. Whatever.
I don't know, man. I said it a long time ago, like. The way to do it, because people want to play the same game, they just want to play it with better graphics, and not like better graphics like the Steam version has better graphics. Like you completely did the world, and now I can walk through it and play the same way I did before, with the same battle system, maybe a few new quirks, but it's the same thing. But when you change everything about it, you've made a different game with a Final Fantasy VII setting, like. So you're playing very, very risky with your biggest franchise. But we'll see.
You never know, man. We'll see.
I'll be there. I'll buy it. But
and they said it's going to be influenced by the Dissidia
games, yeah.
For the most part, influenced. So that could be fucking anything.
That could be good. It could be bad. It could mean anything.
Yeah.
We'll only know it till it comes out.
Yeah. It's supposed to come out next year already, so... if it comes out before Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm going to be a little irritated, guys. What the fuck?
I know what's coming out this year. Fucking Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yes.
Next week.
Pokemon Sun and Moon is next week. The games have been leaked. Leaked out the ass. The whole game. People have already beat the whole game.
That's so crazy.
It's not out yet, technically.
Yeah. Someone just got a box in of Pokemon Moon, opened it, and put the ROM online. It is crazy.
Fucking crazy shit.
Savage. But, so what do we like that we're seeing? What do we not like? How do we feel about all these nerfs? And are we excited? Are we getting it? I think just straight up, we're all excited because we all pre-ordered it pretty much last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Or a few days ago.
A while back ago, but I was just like, I'll wait.
Yeah, like, I'll get to it. Then finally, like, to me, like, the leak came out, and I was like, I can't fucking do this anymore. I'm, like, sweating and, like... profusely. I was like, God, Pokemon, I'm going to get you, I promise.
I was going to get the special edition, but I just decided fucking not to.
Oh, with the two versions?
Yeah.
Oh, nah.
I was like, am I really going to want both of them?
No.
Probably fucking not. So.
Plus they had like that worldwide trade thing that they instilled back in the last gen, so I feel like it's going to be moved on to this gen.
Exactly.
So it'd be totally pointless if you did that.
Yeah.
So I'll just search for whichever one I'm missing. Don't even care what fucking level it is. Breed it anyway. And then
so you go. Maybe factory out the one you got from the world trade.
Exactly.
If you want it. Like, if it's something I want, I'll do it.
Well, I want to try to complete the Pokédex, but it's one of those things.
Fucking outlandish.
Well,
like over 700, almost close to 800.
My mom does
Pokemon.
It, so...
Well, your mom has, like, all the time in the world, bro.
This is true, I don't.
Yeah. You're asking for a lot. And then, like, to me, like, completing the Pokédex is cool, But eventually, after about 200 Pokemon, all you're doing is GTSing the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't catch them.
Well, I mean, like, I'm going to do all the regional or
Oh,
whatever the fuck it is.
like 150 Pokemon.
Not the fucking national.
Oh. Well, I guess.
But. Because you
Fair
usually
enough.
get something for it anyway in the game.
National's kind of outrageous how huge it is now.
Yeah.
You'll just Pokebank it up from the previous game.
Right. I don't think you can use Pokebank, actually. I don't think it connects. So.
Oh, we'll just test it out whenever it does come out.
Yeah.
That's how I do all my demo stuff when it's a new game.
Yeah. So what do you think about the UB Pokemon, bro? The Ultra Beasts.
They're bizarre, but I think they're pretty cool. I know I'm never gonna fucking use them, or if you can even use them to begin with.
I think you can use them.
But if you can, I'm never gonna use them because I just feel dirty as fuck if I ever use like a legendary.
Yeah.
That's just how I play. I know it doesn't sound like it's part of the meta and how people like all do the competitive Pokemon, how they always have fucking Primal Kyogre and Groudon in their
Well,
team.
that was only last year because they wanted to spice things up. This year, no legendaries.
This
so.
year's just gonna be like
No
what the
UBs,
fuck.
no legendaries.
No legendaries, no UBs.
Well, if that's the case, then maybe I'll be down to actually try something new. But it's just like I always thought like using legendaries just felt really fucking stupid. It just straight up boring because it just felt so overpowered.
Yeah, I understand why they did it last year because like they already did a year of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire and they need to change it up. Otherwise, like you're gonna have like the same exact teams at the end of the year with Kangaskhan and Cresselia and like the same exact shit. So like, and this year it was totally different. Like Wolfie Glick won with the Hitmontop and shit. So like,
Which is pretty cool.
which was awesome. So it was a totally different style of
It
team.
was like this on top and Raichu. all the time.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
And he just fucking tricked what's his face Jonathan again.
Yeah,
And it was Rayquaza. That was all actually pretty cool.
yeah. But so what else are you looking forward to in the game? How do you feel about the nerfs, bro? Like Talonflame, Gale Wings,
I
like
mean,
now only works when you're 100% health.
I mean that's fine
I think that's a good thing.
because
Fuck
it's just
Talonflame.
Or a Talonflame.
Talonflame can suck a big one.
See, people were complaining online, and like they were like, "Well, how are you supposed to beat this and this?" And I don't think people realize that Pokemon does not balance for your Smoggin rules
Yeah.
for singles. They balance for
just
VGC,
dubs.
and that's it. Because people were like, "Well, how, are they going to nerf the Mega Pokemon?"
Like-
the Mega Pokemon aren't even allowed, so
Yeah.
no, they're not even going to touch them.
And the fact that like Talonflame was one of the biggest like popular like choices, right? Like
Yeah.
it was practically on every fucking team
Yeah.
because of Gale
Yeah.
Wings. It was ridiculous.
And like he's still good.
Brave Bird.
Like
Yeah.
being able to launch a Brave Bird immediately or a Flare Blitz immediately,
Like almost one shot everything.
one shot
Yeah.
everything is good. But
And he's-
however, because
he's still
of,
gonna like outspeed a lot of things.
Yes.
So as long as he can outspeed their fucking sweeper with Gale Wings, that's all they need to
Yeah.
fucking
well, the
put it in
thing
their
like
favor.
he'll still go first that first turn. But the thing about Brave Bird and Flare Blitz, his two main moves have recoil.
Yeah.
So
So
he
that's what
will-
I'm saying. Like if he
so-
beats their sweeper, like if it gets into that situation, then he could probably outspeed the rest of the team, unless there's like something very specific on there.
Yeah,
That,
I mean, there's a lot of stuff faster than it, but not too much. You know.
yeah. Especially not for the new shit. Well, is Talonflame even going to
No,
be allowed anyway?
Talonflame won't even be a part of the decks.
So what's it even matter then? Actually,
Well, I don't
think
know.
about
Just to
it.
fix it for like future reference, you know.
I mean, he's gonna
Yeah.
be part of the national decks, if anything.
Yeah. He won't
maybe
be
there's
allowed-
something else with Gale Wings as well. Maybe
Who knows? Maybe he's in the game. You know, there are a lot of Pokemon that like are in the
back.
game that are from other gens. Like we saw Ladybot from Johto, so
Yeah,
there's all
that's
kinds of
crazy.
weird shit.
It's really just a mix of all the gens in one area. But
Yo,
it's
give
just
me
kinda
Hoot Hoot.
randomized
That's what I
on it.
want. Let me get a Noctowl.
Just
my favorite
knocked
bird
out,
one.
Jesus.
Smile. That's like the only bird one I really like. Of
That
the
little wood-
starting bird shit.
The little woodpecker, I don't think he just looks shitty.
Woodpecker. Which one was that?
He's
You know,
the-
he becomes toucan at the fucking end of his evolution.
Yeah.
It's just a big old toucan.
He's the Pokemon
That
for
sounds familiar.
he's the Pokemon for he's like the Pidgey of this
Oh.
fucking route.
I love Chatot though. Chatot I love so much.
Who's Chatot?
He's the little black. He has like a black face and has like colorful wings and shit.
His head's
he,
like a musical note.
Yeah, the music note. Okay. He looks cool.
You hate him because he always fucking...
Well, he also has like his own unique move too, if I remember right.
Huh?
He also has like a unique move on.
He has Teeter Dance or Teeter Song or whatever. Teeter Dance.
What was Teeter Dance? Just like
which confuses every single thing on the field
Pretty
except
sure
for
he
himself.
has like his own move too, right? Chatot? I thought he had like this weird sound move or whatever.
I mean, I don't think he has anything that other Pokemon don't have now, so.
Yeah, maybe.
But I like the bear, Werebear, is that his name?
Is it Chatter?
The bear, that big one?
I think it was just called Beware.
Beware, that's it. So Beware I think looks cool, and I'm probably going to use him on my team if he comes up early enough.
I think he looks stupid, I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. I kind of like him and I kind of don't, but...
Like, I'd rather just choose Ursaring.
Yeah, see, Chatter.
Oh, I think he looks better than Ursaring, but...
That's the only one that can learn it.
What's Chatter do?
Inflicts damage and may confuse target.
Okay, so that's why no one uses it.
If the move has recorded audio from its field move functionality, the audio will play for the move sound effect instead of Chatot's regular cry.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he copies like sounds and shit.
Very interesting.
Cool. Probably a hyper voice, maybe.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you motherfucker.
But I think I'm going to use Beware. His attack was like 130 or something. I think he'd be a good fucking just bulky back to my team. I like the anchor Pokemon. I'm gonna use him probably.
What, the Grass Ghost?
Yeah, and he has his ability is like Steel Maker, right? Is what it was called, and it makes steel moves a stab.
Yeah.
So he has 3 stab moves more or less. Will he be good though? I don't know, but
probably not.
But I'm gonna check him out. Who are you interested in, bro?
There was this water bug thing that I really liked. I don't remember what the hell it was called. It was like near the end of the list, I believe.
Was it like? Did it look like something that would be under the ocean?
It just looked like a Pokemon. Maybe it just looked like this weird like trilobite thing. Oh, here it is. It was first Wimpod and then become Golceopod.
Let me see a picture of it. Oh, okay. So the only bad thing about those is its ability.
Okay.
So its ability, and I agree with you. That looks like one of the best looking Pokemon this gen.
I know Wimpod is like really shit. It's like Wimpy.
It's the same exact thing.
Oh, both of them are?
But it's called something different, but works the same way. If it gets below half health, he instantly switches out.
Damn, so it's kind of like emergency.
Like yeah, it's kind of like eject button, which you could use like to your advantage, like in competitive. But in game, it's just gonna piss you off.
Yeah.
Probably more or less. That Mimikyu would probably be my second choice, if anything.
Yeah. Who?
You know.
Oh yeah, the ghost under a blanket.
Fucking.
That looks like Pikachu ripoff. Yeah, he looks awesome.
I mean,
I want another.
Wants to be Pikachu.
Pictures of these Pokemon because I can't remember them all.
So how many?
They're all on the leak.
That's what I'm looking for.
How much can I bet you're gonna see this Pokemon everywhere on everybody's fucking team?
See.
Dragon fighting.
See, I like to think he'll be there, but I don't know if he will be. You know, because he's really strong. He's absurdly strong.
He's supposed to be like based off a monk or something, if I remember correctly.
But that weakness to fairy is there. You know.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, it's just gonna be weak to fairy. So.
Yeah, and his speed ain't perfect, and the fact is he's a fighting too, and just. I want to use him. If he pops up early enough, I think I'll put him at my party. Like, you remember in, was it Ruby and Sapphire when Aaron popped up, like, pretty early, you know? You could go into a cave and get him. Like, if he pops up that early, I'll use him. If he pops up, like, Dratini's and Gold and Silver at the very end, like, no thanks. But I've already got a team by then.
Oh, man. I probably want Toxapex.
Let me see Toxapex. Oh, see, he looks cool, too. That little horse looked cool, but he's so fucking slow. The mud horse?
Yeah.
Mudsdale,
yeah.
He's slow as sin, man.
Yeah.
He probably does a lot of damage, though.
It looks like he does, but...
I will 100% use...
I still want Snoop Dragon.
Snoop Dragon's... Oh, his stats are so shit.
He is like the slowest thing.
Yes.
His speed is like 15 or something fucking...
Here's two
Ridiculous.
cannons. What I was talking about.
Yeah.
His fucking little woodpecker thing.
He'll be. I bet he's the first Pokemon you see next to that little Trump Pokemon.
Oh, definitely. Why
The
would
Como looks really cool.
Yes, he does.
Fighting Dragon looks so cool.
Vikavolt just looks like a Gundam, but he looks like a strong Gundam.
Oh, the thing about Vikavolt that's so interesting is like to evolve him, you have to do something weird, like level him up next to a stone, electric stone, which kind of works like an ice stone for Glaceon, right?
Yeah, they did that same shit for.
Vikavolt.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man.
his previous evolution,
That's the one I want.
his previous evolution, in some cases, is better because he boosts special attack of Pokemon that are on the field with him, like your partner.
You mean Charging Bug?
Yeah, so if you have him on there next to like a special attack sweeper, just everything's dead, you know?
Yeah, so it's battering him up.
And it's so cool. So
like you don't even have to helping hand. You could probably put
Yeah.
down some like light screens and shit with them and stuff like that.
Just try to keep him alive.
yeah.
Yeah.
If Geodude pops up, using Geodude. Like I'm using like I love Geodude. He's been one of my OGs, and the new Alolan form has really hit it off for me.
Nah, man, I gotta go with Muck. Muck got me.
Muck looks super cool.
Muck does look
Just
really
the idea of it being like oil and water, like
It's just like shut up, take my money.
I want Marowak, man.
yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
I always
Ghost
liked
Fire.
Marowak. It just, he's kind of whatever. But I'm like, Ghost Fire. That's
I'm actually one of those people. I like the way Cubone looks, but I don't like the way Marowak looks.
Oh, yeah, he's just a big Cubone.
I
Yeah,
mean,
they're both
but like
more or less the same.
it like the skull like forms around his face and like it's not like the loner Cubone. It's like just I don't know. It changes who he is.
I
He
feel
grows
like
up.
Does this size matter to you?
that
grown
because the
up.
skull was already big on him when he was little.
Yeah.
He just grew into it, and his fucking flesh just fused with it.
And
That's
then he
what I like
became
to
a
think.
badass.
Yeah. So
And it's,
just wasn't ready for the badass. You want
yeah,
the
I
little-
wasn't not at all.
the crybaby in the thing.
Yeah.
I admit though, Gollum looks kind of weird.
I want
in his new low
Ninetales.
form.
Yeah.
Honor
What do you want?
Ninetales.
We can get Ninetales in our game, and Alex, because he's getting Moon, he can get Sandshrew. I think I want Sandshrew more than I want Vulpix, but that's the choice I made.
Yeah.
But
It rides you awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they
Like
all
he
kinda-
rides on his tail. He's like, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a surfboard.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
but he can't learn Surf, just so we know.
I mean, he's electric sidekick, so it only makes sense. He surfs on his Z move.
Yeah, he surfs electric waves. He doesn't surf.
That's amazing.
He doesn't surf water. So
I might actually get that Doug Trio though. I like that fucking surfer dude bro hair.
I just hate it.
his attack
I hate
got
the hairstyle.
boosted by 20 points. So
That's
Yeah.
pretty good. He's a ground steel now.
yeah, not that his attack was good anyway, but at least it's more
The
viable. now.
grass won't mess him up.
Yeah. Well.
But fire will.
Yeah.
Fire will. Well, fire will actually do average, right? Or is ground just not defensive against? Ground's good on fire.
Yeah, like
But
fire's
maybe it's
weak
not
to ground,
defensive.
but it's strong against steel. If
Yeah.
anything, water's just gonna destroy him. Actually,
Yeah.
I don't think.
because steel and ground are weak to water.
Is steel weak to water? I
No.
don't think
Or I
so.
believe.
No, steel's not weak to water. But the fact that is that like it's
It's an
normal.
average.
It's
Fitness
average.
chart.
Yeah, it's average. So he's gonna get fucked up by water still, just 2 times because the steel weakness is not gonna cover
Yeah.
his ground weaknesses. So
Oh yeah, because ground is good on fire, but fire isn't bad against ground, so it still mess him up.
yeah, so that's all right. How many fire Pokemon are there really? So I'm not too worried
a lot.
about it.
Not a lot, but now Marowak is.
Oh, you're right. Just don't put him out against Marowak.
There's a lot.
There's a lot now in the low index.
Well, a decent amount, because that dex is pretty fucking big, man.
the low
The
index?
returning one, yeah. There's like 100 per like island, dude.
I mean, that's good, but
So there's a lot of things. I saw like Scyther and Caesar are back and
yeah,
stuff like that.
of course.
You know,
I mean,
I think-
there's like 4 or 5 islands.
I think
Pichu, Pikachu.
I think I'll
Wingull,
commit to using nothing but new Pokemon though.
Abra. See, you know what? Like this dex is gonna be big,
Yeah,
so it ain't
not too bad.
bad at all. Like this thing's fucking big. Let me see if I can look at the whole one. I think it's like, yeah, it's like 302.
302. That's a good amount of Pokemon.
Yeah.
We could work with that. We could do good things with that.
I'd say whatever team I like to build up with, I'm gonna go with that, whether they're new or old.
All right, so day one, we all pre-ordered, and we're all gonna be there at midnight release.
Oh no, Vanillite's still in the game? God damn it.
Scale of 1 to 10. How hyped are you, Zach?
So hyped.
Like
10 hyped.
I was about to say, you have no idea how this fucking scale works, you idiot. Alex,
I'm
1 to 10. You're about 7.
You don't have to ask me. I was gonna say 10 anyways.
I'm fucking 10 too, dude.
I'm sorry. That's a bad game.
I knew someone was gonna bring it up.
What have I said?
I just keep ever since the leak came out, I've been seeing information here and there, but ever since it really started pouring in, I was just God, I need this fucking game, and I can't look up anything about the story. That's why we haven't discussed it here, because we should. Hopefully, no one's looking up story information. Yeah. So that way,
I can literally just type the story text right now.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna.
To me, I want to experience that. I just like to know which Pokemon, what they are and how they're gonna act, and it's gonna be super interesting. Anyway, Pokemon's awesome, but let's go ahead and move on. So Nick let us down last week, like Nick usually does. Is someone in the chat?
Nick.
Oh,
man, fucking Nick.
So Nick let us down like he usually does. So Dragon Ball Super got licensed last week, before.
Oh, Aries. That's the one dude you said that was really cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. He said he'll be tuning in and out. He's working.
Cool. That's why I was if you guys want some background noise, let me know. But so they licensed Dragon Ball Super last Friday in the morning, way before our podcast, and Nick did not pick that up. Nick failed us.
You fucking failed us, Nick.
The sub is currently on Funimation. It is on that. You can stream the episodes 1 through 10 or the last 10 or so episodes in case you've already watched it all. So and the dub's coming soon. And the idea is whatever cast they have for the movies recently is what they're going to use pretty much. So that's a good thing.
Right? People like the dub in the movies, right?
Yeah. It's good stuff.
Pretty much
I
the
think it changes some Bulma maybe.
Yeah.
Because it just is what it is. But Goku will stay the same, and that's what's important. So Dragon Ball Super. What do you say?
Forget you bitches too. We're sorry.
I'm
not.
Oh,
he's
Zach's sorry.
the anime.
Anime.
I depend on him for all my anime news. So Dragon Ball Super.
Ain't no Anna boy anymore.
When do you decide to tune in and watch it finally? Zach, when are you tuning in for Dragon Ball Super? Because you're going to watch it eventually. You've seen all Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah.
So eventually you have to watch Super. It's just a thing that'll happen.
I only watched a few episodes, and I was just... That's what's.
But when the dub comes out, you don't think you might tune back in for episode 1 and be there every week?
I don't think so.
I think I'll wait for about 60 episodes to be out personally before I even consider it. Yeah. Just so I have a good running start, or they have a running start, so I don't catch up to them too quickly. Alex, you interested in Dragon Ball Super? Have you seen all of Z?
I mean, yeah, I have. I finished the Boo Saga and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm not interested to the point where I'm gonna watch it religiously and I have 5 other things I'm watching right now.
Right. So you're gonna wait like I am. If I have time and a good amount of episodes are out, yeah, sure.
I mean, it's not on my priority. So
gotcha.
Whenever I feel like I'm gonna watch it, I'll just watch it.
Fair enough.
Show's too big, and I just don't care enough. I don't know. Maybe I'm not part of the generic Dragon Ball Z is the fucking best in the world, but
I think they're fucking with time too much again.
Yeah.
They need to step away from that.
But I'm gonna be the. It doesn't help that I just watched it last year or 2 years ago now. Last year, for the first time. So I just finished it earlier this year. Yeah. So I'm suckered into the series right now. I'm still it's still fresh on my mind. So the other option is eventually I'll watch GT, and I know we don't want that to happen. So I'm probably gonna watch Dragon Ball Super once the dub starts hitting.
Yeah.
So
you might as well.
Might as well.
It's not like GT leads in the Super, so.
Yeah. So I might as well. I gotta catch up on those movies in the meantime, but Nick told me to.
Yeah, those movies are good.
So we're all pretty mellow on Dragon Ball Super. I mean, it's a good thing. We're glad Funimation finally got off their ass and licensed it, but that's
Yeah, because they were like the main liners of it.
Yeah, if they're not licensing it, no one should license it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But speaking of dubs, I want to ask you guys a question. Do video games still need dubs? Because there's a lot of Japanese RPGs that come over with really bad dubs, especially from like PS2 era onward.
Yeah.
And they just do it because I feel like they felt like they needed to do it. They just felt like having an English dub in video games is what is expected of you. But now we see a lot of games coming out that only have subtitles. And I'm not like, are we good with this? Are we good with just like subtitle games coming out? You can stay in Japanese and that's fine. And are you okay with like if they release a subtitle version like they do with anime and then later on release the dub version on as well? Like it's two separate versions.
Well, if I start off with sub, I'm sticking with sub, even if they do come out with dub. I just feel like once I start with one, I'm gonna stick with the other.
I don't think they should release like another version afterwards.
Like they do with anime?
Yeah, I don't think they should.
Like I'm fine with sub.
So
unless it's like some weird like you can download like a patch or something to add on to.
Then they're definitely not gonna do it.
But yeah, because why would I buy another version of it?
Well, the idea would be you didn't buy the first version.
I'm fine with reading.
I don't think it would make a difference to me. Like it just wouldn't.
Well, like I'm just saying, like if Tales of Hearts which is completely subbed right now, if I didn't buy it and they came out with the new version that had the dub and the sub in it, kind of like the new Zesterias do, right?
Yeah.
I would buy that version obviously because I'd rather hear English voices. Really, no matter like unless they're just balls to the wall fucking terrible, I will always hear a dub before a sub.
I'm fine with the way it is right now. Like, because there's some games that do get released dubbed. There's some games, well, most of them get dubbed. There's some games that just get released subbed. And that's fine. I don't care about that. As long as, like, when they do, like, HD remakes and stuff like that, don't not have a dub.
Ooh.
If the game already had a dub.
Oh, you mean, like, so if they did split the original releases, like they had a sub, and then they had a dub later.
Yeah, but then, you know, years later, PS2 game gets re-released. All of a sudden, you have no option of hearing the dub version anymore. It's like, oh, why would you do that?
But that definitely does happen, because of licensing issues of the voice actors, man.
Exactly. So that's why they have to like do like new ones, stuff like that.
Which I don't want at all. I don't want the new voice actors. I want old voice actors.
Yeah.
Like even if they're bad, if that's the way it was, that's the way it was.
Some of them are pretty good though, surprisingly. Like Disgaea 1 had different voices. Some of them were different, but they captured the character really well. So it was almost the same thing. Like I almost forgot they were even changed. Like it's how well they did it.
Like Symphony of the Night.
You know, that one's like way different.
I don't know.
Which I like.
I don't think
both.
It's that different, really, but.
Well, the quality of the voice acting overall is a lot better, to be honest. Like even like the capturing of like the sound, it's like way better, not like reverby.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like when, you know, I mean, like PlayStation 1 voice acting, like how it always had that weird like reverb like all the time. Like almost in every game, it would just have like this like big
like a bad CD quality.
Yeah, like, and that's just how it was. So it was just to be expected. But then later on, when they would remake some of those, it was like, okay, yeah, I get why you did it.
Fair enough. So I agree with you. Subtitle games, come on out, man. Whatever gets you out over here, I'm happy with.
Yeah, and that must be a lot easier, you know. Just all you gotta do is translate it. You don't have to fucking
like Fantasy Star Online too. Like it's all translated. Like put it out over here. Dragon Quest X I think is translated. You know.
Yeah, I feel like they don't put it out over here. I'm fine with that either. So like, in case if it wasn't good or bad, in my opinion, like I won't have to.
You don't have to face that reality.
Yeah.
It never came out here to begin with.
You're right. So if they never released Type 0, I would never had to know that travesty.
Well, that's your fault for even getting hyped for it in the first place.
You fucking importers, man. They fucking lie to you.
Yeah.
Because they got something you don't have, so they want you to think it's hot shit, bro.
That's how they get you.
I was still on the support Final Fantasy train at the time. 15's probably were gonna finally lose me.
Oh man, they lost me at 13, but that's the thing with Type 0. Everyone was like, "This is the real Final Fantasy, guys. This one brings it back to form." And it has a lot of cool things. It really does. It's got a lot of good stuff going on, but there's a lot of fucking bad going on. And like, I would say the game is still overall like I enjoyed it more than I did not enjoy it, but the problems are still there. The Final Fantasy 13 is still there, you know? Like there's a lot of those issues still there. So that fucking importer hype, because they got, you know, like someone could go around the corner with a cone and I could not see them. They could take a shit in a fucking ice cream cone and be licking it when they came back and be like, this shit is so good. I'll be like, where do I find that?
I want shit in my cone.
And then like when someone shits in my cone, I'm like, oh fuck.
Just right in front of you too, and you're just like, is this what I'm really about to
it's
ingest?
Just Square Enix shitting my cone. I'm like, well, it's probably better than the guy said it was. It was good, right?
You could have prevented this. You didn't have to buy the shit cone, but you did anyways.
Fuck, man. Oh, you're right. That's the way I felt. Let's talk about value in games. Our main topic of the night, the one I made the cool little thumbnail for when I thought of only one topic last night for this and made the rest tonight. But I still think it's a really good topic. Do games still hold value to us? Like, obviously, we all like games. However, sales, Steam sales in particular, have they devalued games? Like, do you, or maybe the sheer amount of games available have devalued it to you? So, like, when you see a $60 release, you're instantly just disgusted by it because you're like, it will be $20 on Steam eventually. I could get it for $5, or like even then, like when you see like indie games are like $15. Like there was one recently. It's like a puzzle game. It's made by the guy who made Braid. I forget what it is, but you just solve a bunch of mazes and stuff. But it was a $40 game, and people just fucking lost their mind.
Right, because Braid came out cheap as fuck
for like $5, you know. And now
I didn't know he made another one.
Yeah, well, it's a 3D game, first person. It's a totally different ordeal, man. You have to look it up afterwards. But
Braid was hard enough, man.
this game is like nearly impossible.
Jesus.
So, but that is like a bunch of like cryptic clues and shit. But like people were complaining about that game being $40, and so I want to talk about that like as a value for us personally. Like, what value do games hold for us personally? And what value do they hold for us culturally? Because we study film and we study music. And there's a few people who study games, right? There's a few schools that study it. But for the most part, it doesn't happen. No one looks at games and thinks like...
the same culture.
This is a cultural movement. Like, this represents a time frame of human beings. Like, no one looks at Mario and is like, well, that represents the 80s, you know? And like... And maybe...
Jump man.
Yeah, like... So, let's start first. Are games losing value personally? Zach?
Yes.
Oh.
I think so. And I do, like, think of it similar to, like, movies and stuff like that. Because, like, in the big genre for movies, for me, and that is, like, horror movies. Because, like, that's a big one for, like, everybody. Like, once you've seen a certain amount of them, you've almost seen them all. And you're just like, well, fuck, what's this one gonna be? Is it gonna be one of those ghosty ones? Is it gonna be this fucking serial killer guy?
Yeah, there's like no originality anymore.
Yeah, so it's like one of those things where like you just see the same old rehashed kind of game,
just in a different form.
In a different format, yeah. But I understand it's hard to like probably define a genre differently than what it is. Mm-hmm. But it's one of those things where it's like, well, I already have that many kind of the game, so why should I get another one of that or this or that? You know.
Like, it could be a good game, but if it doesn't, like, hit the right notes immediately in the trailer...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's not gonna... You're not gonna buy it.
Even with, like, some people or some companies where you're just like, yeah, I love this. There's a few now, don't get me wrong. There are a few games that, like, no matter what, I'll probably get the next one of. Pokemon and Monster Hunter. And those are, like, my set two. Probably Street Fighter.
Right.
But Monster Hunter for me, in all honesty.
Yeah. And like
I'm so fucking hyped for Double Cross.
It's just yeah, as long as they add like enough to make it viable, which they do. They always, whenever they do like an update version of anything, they already add enough stuff where it's like hundreds of extra hours pretty much.
I mean, they're bringing back some popular monsters from like the other versions.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for that one.
I just wanted to add the Tonfas from the online game. Like, that's some bullshit that isn't over here yet. But whatever.
I don't know if it will be, though, in all honesty.
I doubt. But yeah, so that's kind of how I feel about it. And, like, how many games I do have does affect me if I want to buy some more games or not. Because I'm just like, oh, I have all these games. Like, half of them I haven't even fucking played yet. And, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just, like, just adding to this big treasure trove of games. Buying another one would just... add on to that. So I'm like, it does deter me from doing so. So it's one of those things, yeah, like, or like for movies too, like if I have this movie I really like, well, am I going to risk buying this other movie that I hear is good, but I don't know shit about?
Yeah.
Or am I just going to spend my afternoon watching the movie I already know I like? You know, and that happens too sometimes where like you just sit and play another game that you already liked before. Like,
Yeah.
there's a few that applies to. Obviously, there's some games where it's like you beat it, you're done. But, you know, everybody ends up going back to their fucking Skyrim or their fucking Fallout or, you know, whatever game that you really, really like that you could play for nonstop. You know, Honey Pop. I've beaten that game like 3 times. I'm sorry.
Nick, you know what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you fucking...
Oh.
Am I the only one that has not played Honey Pop yet?
Probably.
It's a weird game. Did something just go wrong with OBS, mate? You let me know.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's so good.
So Alex,
What?
do games still hold value to you, man?
Well, looking at how the video game industry is starting to become more like the movie industry where everybody's just pirating their shit, I have to say, yeah, it's losing a shit ton of value.
And we just talked about Pokemon being leaked out and everyone already beaten it. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because a lot of games get pirated nowadays. They're like, I don't know if Denovo does that. I think it does. I remember hearing some versions of different pirated, you know, video game places you can do, but I never actually do them because, 1, I'm just lazy. I don't actually take the time to do all that shit. And 2, I'm not going to be scummy about it.
Yeah.
See,
and whatever games I do buy is just because I really want to like play them, but then I'm not going to like put too much dedication to like, oh, I'm going to like blow down $60 because, you know, like I'm that hyped for it. Like the only time I'm really hyped for a game is when I actually do start blowing $60. Like I did that shit with Gears because I was a diehard Gears fan for like when it first came out. And I would do that for Pokemon for like $40 because, you know, I've been with Pokemon since like Johto. So
But there's probably some games you bought this year that you bought for like $30-$20 just whenever you were like, oh sure, why not?
Oh hell yeah. I did that shit like with Doom. So I'm not gonna like go out of my way to like, you know, spend full price on something that I, you know, that I find intriguing, you know.
Yeah, because it's not worth it.
Yeah, like the value.
It's not worth $60
That's outrageous in my opinion.
I agree. I think $60. I think that's like the big problem.
Is that that's like the standard?
That's the standard. And speaking of Gears of War, Epic Games is the one who set that standard. When the Xbox 360 came out, games were $50. Full auto, Viva Pinata, $50.
You'll ever remind us about that.
And Epic was like, we think our game is worth more. And they were like, you can put your price wherever you want, but it won't sell. They put it for $60, set a precedent. Now everyone can put it for $60, you know?
Yeah.
But to me, no.
Like in the GameCube era and stuff like that, like that was like what, $40, right? Or 30,
Yeah.
Oh, 50. 50 was the standard for all
Was
games
it?
there, yeah.
I don't remember it being that high, man.
I mean, it just flat out
This one
was
was like $39.99 for most of that.
No, it just flat out was $50. That is the MSRP of all new games coming out during that gen. And before that gen, it gets sketchy because N64 had the bigger cards and things like that. But like in that gen, $50, you go and get a game that just came out, and that was standard. But
I do miss the GameCube's little mini discs. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, but to me, like, and I felt this way for a long time. Like, games weren't even worth $50. Like, I love games, but like, this
$20 was always like that magical number.
That magical number where you get something for a steal.
Especially when like back in the cartridge days, where it's just like, oh man, going to fucking Funko Land. I'm gonna fucking look at these little things. Oh, should I get this or this? And then it's like $20. You know,
I think $30 is still reasonable for any game that just came out, and $40 is like, this is one hell of a game.
You better offer me a lot.
Yeah, or you better be like
And that's why
a life-changing experience.
And that's why Steam and like Humble Bundle are always like popular because they always have a bunch of like games that are like on discounts and shit.
Yeah, that could be worth $40 in my heart, but
at a good quantity.
Yeah.
So
I think I've said it a few times. Like, there's been a game on sale, and I'm like, it'll be on Humble Bundle eventually. Stardew Valley, it's been like on sale for like $12, which is not outrageous or anything. I have that kind of money, but I always am like, it'll be on Humble, and I'll buy it. It will go lower.
I'm still debating Ultimate Chicken Horse. It's like $8 or $9.
Oh, we already bought it, man.
Yeah, we got that game.
It's a good game.
It's a
good.
magical
I'll say
fucking game.
I say buy Ultimate Chicken Horse, but only buy it the moment you're ready to play with other people.
Yeah.
That's the
You
thing.
can't
like,
play by yourself.
some
I think you
friends
play
back
online
home-
though.
Yeah, you can.
But
Some of my friends back home are broke as fuck. I'm like, well, I'm tempted to buy like a copy for them, but I'm like, how long are we actually gonna play this shit together?
Right, yeah.
That's when it's like, I'm just probably gonna wait.
We have the convenience of streaming every week, you know. So like, if we want to just dig down and
excuse me.
if we just want to play,
Typical
dig. Dig down.
if we just want to dig down and
not,
play
Not dicking anyone down in this
and
podcast.
play,
You heard this, Nick? Now you got some dirt for him forever. There you go.
Oh,
and we want to play Ultimate Chicken Horse, we can. So
ain't no one dicking anybody down in my fucking room.
I ain't dicking no chickens.
Ain't fucking happening.
I ain't dicking chickens.
Or
my
horses.
Oh my god. But yeah, I agree. So the second part of the question is, culturally, are people ever gonna value games like the same way they value movies and music? Like, are they gonna look back and have studies about this time period in games? It represented this, you know?
I think so.
And not just like as I'm learning a gaming, like I'm going to a gaming school to learn gaming programming. Like, actual everyday students need to learn about this because it's important.
I thought they would.
Like, because college, one of the culture classes that like it's elective, but still one of the primary ones is film history.
yeah.
Game history ain't there, so like, is it ever gonna get to that level? Do you think it should?
Man,
Zach,
that's
what do you
rough.
think, man?
I think it will eventually because now of like there's a few certain different things, you know. Esports is one thing.
Right.
And so that could be a big factor, you know.
That's not like a competitive level though. So.
I mean, there's like world tournaments, stuff like that, you know.
I guess like
There's ESPN channel.
I guess at what point do
Featuring, like,
these leagues
Street Fighter V,
become
you know?
come to
I don't know
come
if
to
they'll
high
get
schools?
big to where it's like taught in school. Now that's where it kind of like just because like for movies and stuff like that, it does directly influence culture. Like you could have some movie that just has people wearing some crazy ass shit. All of a sudden, it's really fucking popular. Everybody else wants to dress up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! You just affected culture on a large scale. You know, games don't really do that. You know, games are kind of your little escape to like a little fantasy or whatever, or you like simulation games or anything else. But to like directly affect your life, it's very, very small. Like people have gaming conventions and stuff like that, and that's I think the biggest effect as far as like culture wise. Like it'll still probably go is like, you know, maybe conventions will be more. There'll just be more of them, maybe, you know, like since
There's already a shit ton. But
yeah, exactly. So
I'm gonna have to disagree with you because because of the esport thing.
yeah,
How long before a high school has an esport team? Think about it.
man.
I mean, they have a chess team. Like some schools have chess teams, you know. What's wrong with having an Overwatch team and like playing with a couple other schools?
Battling the other
I mean,
schools.
the
And-
Koreans already have a shit ton of different teams. for
Oh
that.
man,
Exactly.
such and such high school has such a good Reinhardt on their fucking team. Man.
And how, and we were just looking up jobs in the area, and we saw you could teach children after school Minecraft as a job and
yeah, that's
make
pretty crazy.
a shit ton of money. So to me,
I don't even know shit about Minecraft.
I'll learn if you let me
Yeah.
get paid that kind of money. But like to me, that says that there's going to be jobs based around it, and I think we're also going to see like because we kind of always see it because there's all the talks of women's and video games and things like that, and that's the thing where the culture comes from, right? Like talking about popular social issues in movies and
Women's
music.
studies.
Yeah,
And then there's for games, you know, that's a big thing too in games anyway that
Yeah.
people still fucking bring up. Stop it.
but they will be brought up in games of I think the problem is like games don't have to. I guess movies don't either. You can have your little popcorn film Iron Man and it mean nothing, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you can have games that mean a lot, you know, that
Yeah,
say a lot about certain characters and stuff. And
You know, and games can bring out just like as much emotion as a fucking film can easily.
Sure.
I mean, really, it's the same type of media going through your fucking mind. It's just you have a little bit more interaction with it.
and I could see us talking about the evolution of genres and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, because just like movies, we were talking about like the war film and how it died out and how it came back, and
Like how
I'm sure
RPGs
one day,
split up between
Yeah.
Western RPGs and fucking JRPGs.
yeah,
And like that, how different cultures do that kind of stuff. You know,
I absolutely
action RPGs, or not action RPGs. I'm sorry, fucking character action games. You know, we have like God of War. They have fucking, you know, Devil May Cry, stuff like that. And like, those are vastly different.
What are the conventions of these genres, and if you, who's breaking the rules in the genres, like Suda 51, like who's gonna stand, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I see eventually we're gonna have that conversation, and I think they will be taught in school. It may be a bit, but I think it's like our generation that'll grow up and make it happen. Or not our generation, the generation younger than us. Yeah. I think the millennials will do it. They'll like make it happen.
I still think more of like games are influenced by culture rather than culture's influenced by games.
Movies are influenced by culture too.
Yeah.
But like they're like fictional representations of real life scenarios. So that's what makes it easier to look back on the past. You can't just look up videos of slavery, but you can watch Amistad, you know, like. And like that represents things, or like Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing, which is like a movie about early '90s police brutality on black people, and it happened right before the Rodney King riot. So like, it's a fictional movie, but it's representative of like the culture and the time frame at the time.
Yeah, all the messed up shit.
Django Unchained just have a good idea about what slavery was like.
No, but. But it's an entertainment. But, you know, he's like one of the best filmmakers in the world. So, like, what he says matters too, you know, and affects culture and things like that. So, I think video games, they have things like that too. Just people don't recognize it.
Yeah. And I think it's harder for people to understand or even comprehend that sometimes too. Like, of games like addressing certain cultural things.
Yeah.
You know, fucking Resident Evil VI was like a very, very big fucking thing. Like, it was just like, oh, you can't go around shooting certain races. And it's like, what the fuck? It's like staged in this area. Population of that race would be there. You know, like that's stupid. And that affects like a lot of people on a weird way. Yeah. But it was there. So like, I think like a lot of games bring up a lot of issues where people have, and you don't just really know about it until it's brought up. And I think people are more quick to jump on that kind of thing faster than movies. You know, like there's a few cases for movies, you know, remember the what's that Korean one? The Interview or whatever? Oh. People were big on that, you know.
But I know what you're saying. Movies get away with a lot of shit. Yeah. That video games don't get away with.
They don't get away with. And not that I say like something shouldn't be getting away with, but
there's a lot of censoring nowadays.
Yeah, there's a lot of
self-censoring. Yeah, because they're trying to like get that certain ESRB rating, or
that's what I'm saying.
Trying not to offend social groups.
I hate censoring.
They're just afraid.
Yeah,
it's fine if you localize something to be a little bit more culturally accepted. I get it.
Yeah,
but you better fucking at least draw a line somewhere. Yeah. Don't just fucking bend your fucking back over for all the people that complain about the games, which probably 99% of that don't even play those fucking games. Yeah. So really, you're just upsetting the people that want your games. So it's crazy.
And it represents something a lot of times, you know.
Yeah, it's just like
I'm sure like the fact that Wolfenstein goes to Germany and they censor everything, like that's a problem, you know.
Yeah,
like those type of things shouldn't happen in the world. You know,
like they should be able to fully express their fucking
shit. Should be able to view everything as it is.
It's exactly. Kind of like free speech.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be lied to.
I'm still questioning why they censored all the JoJo stuff when it comes to like gore and everything's all just blacked out.
I don't think they did. I think they censored it in Japan as well.
They did that in Japan as well.
It comes on local television. That's why.
They're big against
violence and
gore in general. Like the body mutilation is like a big thing.
Yeah,
that's why like a lot of there's still those kind of movies. I mean, we watch some of that shit. That fucking Chainsaw Girl or whatever the fuck. But they exist, but it doesn't mean like they're popular.
Yeah,
because that's a big thing. That's a big no in Japan.
Yeah, even like Naruto, like people talk about them censoring blood when it comes over here, but there's not that much blood in the show.
Yeah,
you know, like
the thing they usually censor over here, like in JoJo's, they censored
smoking.
Jotaro smoking. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Smoking is like a big thing censored in games. Like in Valkyrie Profile, there's a character that smokes and finishes off this move by lighting someone on fire with a cigarette. I'm like, oh,
That's
that's awesome. Yeah, but you'll never see it in the English one.
Sure.
But it's stupid little things that like, does it really fucking matter to censor? No, and it just upsets me the fact that they just bend over backwards for people that don't even fucking matter.
You're right.
But,
sadly so.
And I get it. They want to like lower their ratings so they get more people play their games and stuff like that. But
it's a problem.
It is.
Yeah, I agree. Well, let's switch gears here. Let's talk about Resident Evil 7's demo.
Oh.
Resident Evil 7. The final 2 updates are coming to the demo. If you don't know, so Resident Evil 7 had this demo, came out. It's very obtuse. You're stuck in this house. You can't, and then in the end, you don't get out. You find a bunch of items like a finger, and like they don't do anything. But then they made an update, and the finger connected to a hand that you found in the new update.
And so that didn't do anything.
And that didn't do anything, but it was something more. So now these new updates are coming out, and they'll be all the way out before December, I think they said. Yeah. So that's an interesting concept for a demo. So the question becomes, do we think Resident Evil 7 is taking the right direction? Will the game be good? And are you even considering purchasing it around release? And what would make you even consider it?
No.
Oh,
I don't want it.
Why not?
But I think it's going in a better direction.
To be fair, you own all Resident Evils.
But yeah,
4, 5, 6.
Well, and then 1, and then 0.
What I'm saying is you owned all the trash ones. You bought the bad ones.
Because like it was just my hope to like it'll be saved, And I was invested in those characters, so I had to fucking see it through. And I was hoping 6 would be better, but it wasn't.
What do you think about
6
some
is
people
pretty
actually
garbo.
enjoy those games? So
Yeah.
maybe not the popular vote, but people enjoy it still to an extent.
What are you doing?
Oh, he's over there, man. He's behind the mic. So he'll fuck it all up.
But yeah, it's like it's not like I thought it was a bad game. I just don't think it's a good Resident Evil game. I had fun playing it. 6.
No, fuck no. 6 is garbage. Fucking top to bottom, bad game.
Fuck the worst thing about it to me was Ada's story. That like the whole game was co-op made.
God, Jake's story was so bad too.
Biggest fucking mess. I think Leon's was the best one of them all. But that's not the thing.
Like Leon's was bad too. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, look at Leon, so good." Like you are so fucking desensitized. Like not desensitized, not the right word. You're so used to how bad the games are now that this is good to you. Like that linear fucking ugly ass romp. The bosses were cool, like looking.
Yeah,
not fun to
not
fight.
Mechanically.
They looked cool, and that's where I draw the line of cool things in Resident Evil 6.
I was fine with some of the mechanics for boss fights at first, but then you face them in every fucking possible situation where you're just like, oh yeah, here's this boss again. All right, come on, let's run. Fucking push the things over. All right, is he coming over here yet? No. Okay, I'm hiding behind here. Okay, now he's fucking finally running over here. Blow the thing up on him. Well, fuck. All right, what else? We're going to fucking blow up on him. Go over here. And
so this is going to be like an obvious question or like an easy question to answer, but like, are there still QTEs?
Yes. Big.
Hold on. Are you talking about Resident Evil 7 or 6?
Yeah, 6.
Well, I guess 6 too, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
you
6 is big.
So 7, I haven't seen any, but I'm sure they're there at some point.
Yeah,
just because of the style of game it is. Like, I'm sure at some point the guy will grab you and you'll have to shake him off and run away.
Especially when the last boss in any game ends with a quick time
event. Oh my god, Alien Isolation. What a fucking piece of shit. That game is pretty good, but like...
Yeah.
It fucks it all up at the end, man. But I think Resident Evil 7 is taking a good direction. Like...
Resident Evil 5 ended a quick time event.
And Resident Evil 5 is bad too.
Yeah. Way better than 6.
But still bad.
I like playing it.
But
it's not good Resident Evil.
I don't think I would ever play it ever again in my life.
They need to go back. I've beaten it so many times, it doesn't even matter.
Like if someone came up to me and they were like, "Hey, I'd like to play Resident Evil 5," I would say, "I wish you weren't my friend."
Wow.
God damn.
The first person to do that to me was Zach, somebody. So I don't know what the fuck happened there.
I'm sorry.
But,
you played 4. You had to keep going.
Yeah, that's true. So now I know.
They need to go back to the isometric ones. That's all.
Isometric is not the right terminology for it. I'm
What?
going to tell you that.
Fixed camera.
The
All right,
fixed
with
camera,
tank controls.
tank
That's
controls.
that's what I want. You go ahead and leave the option of like non-tank controls for the people that don't like it, so that way you can fit both needs.
So you would rather Resident Evil 7 took that direction over this new weird one?
Do like Resident Evil 0 remake and fucking 1 remake.
All right.
Just
I'm gonna get this out of the way because I want to talk about something. But like, I'm not considering purchasing it. We'll see when it comes out. But overall, I really don't care. Yeah. I like the direction it's going, but you've already fucking failed me so much, and it's Capcom, and I know you fail me. You know, you're on 6 months probation with all your games. I'll come back.
Mega Man Legends 3.
Just keep making Monster Hunters and I'm fine.
Resident Evil's, you know, like Monster Hunter's like the only thing they're hitting it on the head on.
Once Monster Hunter goes first person, I'm fucking done.
Once Monster Hunter fucks you over somehow, like with a crazy microtransaction store where you have to buy each mission individually and
it'd kill me.
That's when it's fucking over.
An energy system to do missions.
I'd cry.
Yeah.
I'd return the game immediately.
But okay,
like y'all don't deserve my money.
So, Alex, you're not considering buying Resident Evil 7 at all, right?
No, I never got into this. That's another series I never got into.
Resident
Evil.
I think
the only thing I ever played was that fucking Railway one that you made me play with you,
which was fun. We did have a good time with that. It was dumb.
And I watched you.
Railgun games are always fun to me.
Fights.
Yeah, those are
even if they're stupid.
Yeah,
I can always play like a railgun game.
We had a good fucking time with both of those, Umbrella Chronicles and Darkside Chronicles. But I think if you do get into it, 7's probably a good place to start because it looks like it's going to be a totally different thing. But I understand. I'm not that interested either.
Yeah, I don't care enough for zombie stuff anymore. Just not.
I don't think there's any zombies in the game.
Yeah, I think it's just fucking.
So? No, it's
psycho
just
people.
A psycho family like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So like Condemned, pretty much. I really don't care enough either.
Yeah, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know what Condemned is, or I don't know like how Condemned works, but.
Well, it's more like one of the little horror thing where like people are kind of just crazy, but then like you do mainly just like fist fights or like just it's mainly just like fighting hand to hand combat kind of stuff. But
well,
either or. Like,
there was definitely guns in the game. They showed that off in the recent demo, so like we'll just see what happens with that.
I just don't. I feel like I don't really care enough, anyways.
Fair enough. So you brought up fixed camera angles, so we have to talk about Resident Evil 2's remake was announced a while ago, a long time ago. Does it need to have fixed camera angles to fucking work?
Yes.
If they don't do that, they fucked up. Like if they use
the game has to be tiered for it. Like if they did like Resident Evil 4 with 2,
I don't think it could work, man. Because the way the like levels are set up, like the cramped ass corridors.
Yeah,
and like,
that's true. It'd have to be more open because Resident Evil 4 is really open.
Yeah,
like all the time. Like there's not many close quarters. So you have
places to run around. And...
You know, if there is, it's usually like, you know, maybe some staircase stuff, which is understandable. You don't want some big ass fucking stairways. What the fuck? But yeah, there's not many like hallways in 4 or anything like that. Like the most cramped you get is inside of a house, and even then, there's always a way out of it. So
yeah, I think they need to make it like Resident Evil
1 and 0.
Yeah, the remakes.
Yeah.
They have to make it in that style. I mean, obviously, much better graphically. And I don't even necessarily need you to have, I don't know the word, pre-drawn graphics, you know? Like, the backgrounds. Like, yeah, they can be real graphics. They can be actually existing there. But, don't fuck it up. You know, make the camera angles, make the tank movement, or, you know, make it optional, but, like, still have it there and have gun. You know, you can add new mechanics, kind of like Sonic Mania added new mechanics, but make them work within the old style, you know? Yeah. And that's the only way you're going to win me over with that.
I still wait for my Crash Bandicoot remake. Or
God, Crash Bandicoot, you're right.
That's the only thing I'm waiting for right now when it comes to, like, a anything.
Even if Crash Bandicoot's exactly the same, that's a day one purchase for me.
It's just good childhood memories that I can't give up.
Yeah, as long as it's physical. Crash 1, meh. But Crash 2 and 3, that's good shit right there.
Yeah. That's I like Crash 3 a lot. I didn't play 2, really.
2 is really good.
1, I thought was just
I actually
kind of garbo for the most part.
It's a little bit messy the more it goes on. But
it's a fucking, you know, foundation.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's like Sonic. It's like Sonic 1.
Yeah. It is like Sonic 1, actually.
Like, you can play it. You'll have fun some of the time.
Yeah.
But it's going to be
the
really...
The saving system
is bullshit.
You know, it's a lot like Super Mario World.
Yeah.
Except for it's a lot harder. That
yeah.
was hard.
But
Sometimes fucking unforgiving.
Is
Like,
the saving
holy
nonsense as bad as like Jack 2?
Well, I don't know.
no, Jack 2 is like has a checkpoint problem, where the game is so
I never played Jack 2.
absurdly fucking hard, and the checkpoints are so far back, and the shooting so bad. Like, God, what a piece of shit.
Enemy's gonna just hit you almost every time.
And don't take that as like, oh, John's fucking crying. He can't beat Jack 2. Motherfuckers, I don't beat Jack 2 like 3 times. Regular versions, HD versions. You know, like, I've beaten it. The same problems persist. And if they weren't problems, they wouldn't have fixed them in Jack 3. And that's my opinion on that. So fuck Jack 2. Garbage.
I just like Jack and Daxter. It's the only one I've
Jack
really
2 has
played.
the best story in the series. That's why we play it so much. But the gameplay is rough. And like, you fail one mission, you're going back. You're going way the fuck back.
Jesus.
Dark Souls style.
Jesus
Have
Christ.
fun walking through the whole mission again, bitch. Because one enemy pop shotted you across the fucking world.
But I like Dark Souls.
Yeah, but Dark Souls is built around it.
Yeah.
Jack 2 is just annoying.
Jack 2 don't have shortcuts.
Jack 2, like, Jack 2 doesn't have shortcuts, you're right. But yeah, I agree.
Or you run out of ammo and you're just fucked.
Oh. Can you not use your fists in that game?
I mean, you can.
You can.
It's just not as good.
Some enemies, it's kind of rough.
Man,
You
Jack
really-
1 fly across the damn screen with his fist and then do an uppercut.
I mean, it's the
which
same.
is
It's the
amazing.
same stuff, but the enemies shoot. So
And
you pretty much want to do this kick, and then you want to shoot, and it auto locks on everyone, and that's like the best way to go through the game with the yellow gun. All the other guns, don't even bother. Like, I mean, they can work in some circumstances, but for the most part, you want that yellow gun equipped,
I want
and you
them
want to
to
be
make
doing the
another
spin fucking. Shot.
Ratchet and Clank already.
What about it?
I want them to make another one. That game was so good.
Oh, as far as like the recent remake.
Yeah, it was so good.
I think they will.
I think they will
They
too.
have to. Like, he already made the... God, that joke in it's like, see you in the next reboot. I'm like, you knew.
Yeah, and you know, like,
Shit.
so the game had a different ending than the movie did. Like, as far as like the teaser at the end of the credits.
Yeah.
Because like in the movie they showed him he had became spoilers. He had became a robot. That guy, I forget. Dr. Nefarious had became a robot.
Yeah.
And in the game that they didn't show that part. So
Yeah,
I was
that's
so
what was
glad we got to see
awesome.
that.
And we were like the only people in the theaters. I was just like, damn.
Yeah, that was sad.
It was sad, but it
Look,
was awesome
look.
at the same time. I've never been in a movie theater
Fucking-
with like nobody else there. Really, it was.
I mean,
kinda
I've been in
fucking
a
awesome.
few, but like
But it
Ratchet
was
and Clank
sad. That
movie
deserves.
gets a bad rap because that is a damn good movie.
It is a good movie.
And I went in with low ass expectations because people have been talking shit on it. And it's Ratchet. It's a video game movie. And you know, to me, like the game is good, but it ain't like even close to best Ratchet. You know,
Yeah.
like but so like I was like, okay. And the characterization I didn't like it as much in the new game, but
The movie.
the
works.
movie was awesome, and I thought the humor in it
The
was
pacing
super
was
on
great.
point. Yes.
Yeah, the humor is good. Everything. And like, yeah, I get it. They use cutscenes for both. You know, but
Yeah.
it's still good. Still worth seeing. It's the cutscenes are like almost just better for the movie because it's in a movie format. It's just everything flowed better.
Yeah, in the game
You
it was
know.
weird.
Yeah.
There was that big portion in the middle where there was no cutscenes because the movie didn't even have those parts.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird, but you know, the whole game still worked and it was great.
Yeah.
But
I was upset the game cut out a bunch of levels from the original game, but
yeah,
like a shit ton. But
because there's like a lot of excess worlds, right?
Yeah.
In the first one.
yeah, well, excess isn't the right word. There was just more levels. You know, there were more worlds that had more story going on. That's why the characters are so much fleshed out, so much more fleshed out in the original game. They have like you know, a weird friendship at the beginning where they don't know each other, and then they have a falling out, and then they have another, like that doesn't happen in the remake. They're just buddies the whole time, you know, and it's just weird.
Fair enough.
You don't care enough. I mean, I understand it's just Ratchet and Clank, but I got the feels for them. All right.
I mean, they kind of had a falling out, Ratchet and Clank. No,
No.
not like that way. I guess Ratchet more felt like he just failed everybody, and then Clank was like, "Nah, buddy, let's go on an adventure again." And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah,
And then
I
you go on
forget
adventure
what
again.
exactly happened. Oh, fucking! In the original, it's Clank's fault that fucking Quark turns on him and almost gets him fucking murdered. Because Clank's the one that's like, "Yeah, let's do it," and then like Ratchet is just like, "Fuck no, let's not do it." And then they end up doing it, and he's just fucking angry as hell. Good job, Clank, you idiot. But they come back together. So, all right, well, let's talk about one last thing. The Wii U's ending production in Japan. I think we know that means that the United States and other regions are not that far behind.
Yeah, they're going to follow suit really fucking fast.
It makes it really obvious, because we were talking about this the other podcast. It makes it really obvious.
You don't have a Wii U and you really wanted one. I mean, unless you want those fucking games, don't get it. But now is your time to fucking get it.
Don't they let online emulators that shit too anyways?
Oh, sure, but I mean...
Yeah, it'll end.
There's emulators for everything. But the idea is if you want that console, you need to go get it. We'll talk about that in a minute, but like... And this also more or less means the Switch is 100% taking the Wii U's place as the console. Is it taking the place of the 3DS as the handheld? Well, that's yet to be seen. But the Wii U 100% is being replaced by the Switch.
Yeah.
So, what is your eulogy for the Wii U and what went wrong? Rest in peace, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you motherfucking shit fuck.
I mean, God. I never really cared for it, so whatever.
So, Alex, you never even owned a Wii U, right?
The last Nintendo console I ever owned, like an actual console, was the GameCube. Yeah. And then I just owned like handhelds from there on forth. Like I had a Color, an Advance, DS, and 3DS, and that was about it. That was all I had for Nintendo. I had nothing else.
What do you think went wrong with the Wii U?
I have to say just fucking, I guess, better games that they never actually like decided to throw out. Like, I don't know. They were too full of themselves, I guess is the best way to put it. Because the only decent games I'd probably even think of buying would probably be like Bayonetta, and then maybe fucking, I don't know, like I can't even think of any right now. So that's just how much.
That's how low. Yeah.
That's how bad it fucking sucks.
Like you could probably think of like some games that were good, but not games that are like blow your mind. I need to buy this console for, like you can be like, there's Mario, and if I had one, I'd buy Mario, but I'm not buying it for Mario.
I never really cared that much about Mario in the first place.
Like,
so.
I liked it better than the Wii, but as a console.
Right.
And then maybe if I ever got into Splatoon, but even then it's like whatever, like.
Yeah, like a lot of the games that like it has are fun. It's just you're not gonna go out your fucking way to get it. Like like Splatoon is fun, and you ain't gonna fucking buy it for Splatoon. Mario's fun. You can buy it for fucking Mario, not even Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Like. And then like maybe Pokken, but that's about it.
Yeah, at least like with the mainliners, PS4 and Xbox One. I don't like the support Xbox One, but at least with them, they're somewhere along the line, some third party fucking people are gonna release a game that you're gonna want.
They're gonna save the console for it. Like, like you may not like shitty Uncharted, but you will get
PS4. Fucking, I got Bloodborne, and I was like, fuck yeah, that was awesome. And then there's some other things, but
Wii U doesn't have that.
Wii U isn't gonna be like, you're just excited around the fucking corner that something's gonna come out new, I think I've said it. The handheld does, but not that fucking.
I've said it before. When you walk to the Wii U section at like a Target or Walmart or whatever, and you look at all the games there,
it's like you're reminded why you don't have one.
Every single game, every single good game you see there, that's all the console has.
Yeah.
Like there's not like maybe Wonderful 101. That's like the only one that won't be on that shelf. But everything else,
that game looks great still.
Everything else is on that shelf because that's all they have, and that's a big problem. Wii, even the Wii, like there's some good games on it, and there's a lot of hidden gems on it. With the Wii U, there's not gems. Everything that's good on it, and you could probably count it on two hands.
Bayonetta 2 is
maybe like four hands.
It's kind of a gem. But so many people talk it up now because it's the only thing to
It's also in Smash now. It's like it's always there.
It's not really a gem anymore. It's just a good game.
It sold millions, Wonderful 101's a gem. That's pretty much as far as it goes. But other than that, like
you can almost always trust fucking Platinum. Star Fox still looks great to me. Star Fox Zero. But
let's stay positive right now.
Never fuck play it.
Let's stay positive. I had a great time with Mario Kart 8. Thank you, Nintendo.
Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze is one of the best games I've ever fucking played. Probably ranks in the top 25 for me. 25-ish.
It's up there in the best platformers.
You had the best version of...
it's the best Donkey Kong.
Of Shovel Knight.
That's what I was going to bring up too. And god damn it. Fuck you, Nintendo, for having the best version of Shovel Knight.
and only because of one, the frame rates are better than the PS4 for some reason.
Yeah,
it's just a bad port over there, and the Xbox One, it's just bad port. But
so you pretty much either get in the PC version or the Wii U one.
And if you want to play co-op,
the custom night, and then the custom night 4 co-op, and I think both of you could be custom night, and there's so many cool things with it. It's just like, god damn it,
Smash Brothers.
They would have had me if they would have been like, Plague Knight amiibo. It's like, fuck, custom Plague Knight? God damn it.
I had a good time with Smash Brothers. We played a shit ton of it in Korea.
Yeah.
We played Smash Brothers to death, man. We would just we would order that little Korean chicken place that was so good. Order like 20 boxes, dude. It's Snow Queen chicken.
Yeah, Cheese Snow Queen.
Cheese Snow Queen. We don't know that cheese, which sounds gross, but I promise it was so good.
It's just chicken with a whole bunch of fucking sprinkled cheese on it. It was amazing.
But it was like
understand.
It was like the grated like Parmesan cheese style, but it wasn't.
It literally looked
quite
like
that.
If cheese could snow on it.
Yeah, it was magical, and we would get all that and be eating and playing that and Mario Party. Even though that Mario Party is kind of weak, like those mini game challenges were pretty fun.
When we started just being like fuck the actual game and doing mini games and stuff like that. God, the soccer game. I never yelled so loud in that fucking room.
Yes. I could hear you. I could hear you all the way from outside, bro.
God damn it, Vaughn, no!
To make it understood, outside, the game room that we play on is on the 4th floor. So I'm on the 1st floor outside, and I could hear Zach screaming from the window. It's ridiculous.
He had an open shot. He literally had to hold right and go straight.
And he just missed.
Couldn't do it. He missed entirely.
Yeah, this almost sounds like the fucking, like, how I always rage at, like, Nick and John and, like, fucking Rocket League.
My God. You know what I used to like?
Like an open shot, and you're just like, God damn it.
There was so many times I played with Alex in games and co-op, and he would get so fucking mad at me, and I just wish we could have recorded those moments, because like it's such an interesting dichotomy of like I'm a fucking idiot and I'm bad at games. So even if I wasn't being a dumbass, I would be poor at the game anyway. So really, it's just overwhelming for Alex, and he's just like, can you not fucking put the portal right there? You were gonna fucking kill me. Come on. And then the next time I do it on accident, he's like, this is ridiculous.
Never again on Portal 2.
It's like, I'm sorry. First time was on purpose.
But Portal 2.
Second time, I'm done.
I was like,
Portal 2 like destroys friendships.
Portal 2, I was in tears with this man. But
I need to play that.
It's so good. And the single player is fucking so
amazing. I played a little bit of the co-op, but I played it.
I think Portal 2 is better than Portal 1. And Portal 1 was pretty fucking
That's what I always hear anyway.
Yeah.
But, What else Bayonetta 2, I had a fucking amazing time with. That's another game that's entered my top 25, maybe even my top 10. Like, I really think it's that good. I'm not even big on character action games, but just as a game, I love that thing.
It's been a while since I liked the character action game.
Yeah. Well, Bayonetta 2 might be the one for you, but Bayonetta 1 a little overrated to me. Bayonetta 2, fucking perfection.
Dante's Inferno was still probably like my favorite one.
Man, and that's like a one people consider like a low tier kind of one.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't mind
yeah, they think it's like average, or they just fucking hate it.
Dante of
I
War.
love that fucking game.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, friends back at home just hate the game, and I'm just like, it wasn't bad. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was amazing, but it was pretty good for what it was.
I enjoyed it. Went wholly on it. Man, them crosses are too good.
Is there anything else we played on the Wii U that was worth a shit?
Like,
there are games I haven't played that I know.
I played Monster Hunter 3U. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Wind Waker looks really nice on the Wii U.
Yeah.
But I haven't really put much time into it. But that's a GameCube game, man. No excuses.
I tried that Zelda Dynasty Warriors game. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah, that's alright. It's one of those things where it's like, you know what you're fucking playing. But it's just mashed over with Zelda. It's kind of nice.
Right. Man, that's about the cut. Like, there's probably about 10 more games that like I haven't played that might be good.
Maybe like the core games you played on your Wii U, John, is probably what I actually played, and that's pretty much it for me.
Yep.
Like, I really got nothing else.
You played Brawl on it.
Did you play 3D World?
Yeah, 3D World was great. I like that game.
Probably, I don't remember.
That's a cool fucking Mario game, but that's it. Like,
yeah.
I like Nintendo Land. Nintendo Land's fun.
You know what? I fucking don't like Nintendo Land.
I mean, it came with the game for free. for one.
Well, for one, for me it didn't.
Oh.
So when I bought my console,
sorry.
it came with Mario Kart 8 for free, which is a much better packing game. But
I understand.
like, I bought Nintendo Land because to me it made sense. Like, I wouldn't buy a Wii without buying Wii Sports just because it's like they go together.
Yeah.
I better have this garbage so I can fucking play it for 10 minutes and know that I'm a big Wii man.
I think a popular vote for my friends is probably like Mario Maker. And that's
Mario Maker is a pretty big game. I haven't played it yet, but Mario Maker, Captain Toad.
There's Kirby's Epic Yarn, I think, for it.
No, Yoshi. It's the Yoshi game. Epic Yarn is a Wii game. You're talking about Yoshi's Woolly World because it came with those big giant woolly amiibos for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had that the other Kirby game though, that where you draw on the screen or whatever. It's like Canvas Curse.
Yes, but it's not Canvas Curse.
Yeah, it's the Wii U one. That one looked really cool too. I liked Canvas Curse though.
So there's some games there, but like
it's kind of like a weird tilt and tumble.
I think the more we name and the harder it is to remember, the clearer it is why the Wii U did as poorly as it did.
You know,
it deserved it.
It had a lot of fun games. Not a lot of like, this fucking machine changed my fucking life.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
And it's a lot easier to do that if you have third parties that can do that as well.
Exactly. Like, because every third party game for it, for the most part, sucks.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight being an exception, Bayonetta being an exception. Well, Bayonetta's footed by Nintendo, so that actually
doesn't even count.
It doesn't count as third party anymore. But Shovel Knight, that's
an indie game, so indie does what indie does.
Yeah.
There's a couple other indie releases on the Wii U too, but
none that you go out of your way for because they're not any better than any other one.
I don't want to say that because there's probably some really good ones I haven't played, but
it could be.
So I don't want to make assumptions about games that possibly are in my Steam library.
Other than like filling your nostalgia need for the old games.
That's about it.
You know, that's it. Like, because you have the store too where you can fucking download some old ass games.
Which is fucked up too. The virtual console on the Wii U sucks. Like, they're missing so many games.
Which is crazy to me.
Like, they treat it like they treat releasing games. They're like, we need to space it out so people have something to play.
You know what the fuck they did? They did what PS4 did with the fucking store.
Fucked it up?
They fucked it the fuck up. With the library.
What do you mean?
Like, the PS3 has, like, the PS1 games and everything.
Oh, yeah.
PS4 ain't got that shit. That's crazy to me.
Well, the Wii U has...
Fuck you, PS4.
The Wii U has the NES, Super Nintendo, N64, and the DS and the Wii game, right? But... So it has all that. But to me, the problem is, like, if you have a game Nintendo... You need to fucking release it on there.
Yeah.
Just put it out there. I'll get to it, you know?
My favorite thing on there was the fact that I could play Sin and Punishment on N64. Because that was
which is not here. A Wii U virtual console game. It's a Wii virtual console game.
Yeah, it's just a Wii one.
So, like...
It's so sad. And I loved that game. That game is fucking fantastic.
The only good thing the Wii U virtual console did was release Earthbound and Earthbound Zero. You know, so everyone can play them. And that was actually part of the reason I bought one, you know? Like... Because I was like, well, this is the game everyone talks about. And I've been telling myself I'm not going to emulate it because the moment I emulate it is the moment it comes over, you know?
You played Metroid Fusion and shit on there, too.
Yeah. I did play Metroid Fusion on there. I played Super Metroid for the first time. I played Mario Bros. 2. I realized that's an overrated piece of trash.
It is. Donkey says otherwise, though. He says it's really good. Game of the year.
It's just part of the joke, though. It's great. Fucking love Donkey.
I don't know. I had to put more time into it, but to me, that game is not good. Not bad, not good.
You know, it wasn't meant to be good. It was the whole reskin thing.
It wasn't meant to be Mario. Yeah. That's the problem. Yeah. So, Wii U, rest in peace. Good night.
Fucking shit.
You're dead. I wish you were better. I definitely own you, so... My kid had a lot of fun watching YouTube on you while I watched TV.
Yeah.
That was your biggest use. So thank you for that.
Yeah, the fact you can use the fucking screen.
I'll never do it, but my child will.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I play virtual console. That's where I play my virtual console games too, because the aspect ratio is better to me. It just looks too spread out on the fucking 60-inch TV downstairs. So
I can only hope the Switch does stuff differently.
Yeah.
They say they're trying to.
They always say they are.
But you know what their version of innovation is all the time.
6 months probation switch. I'll check in on 6 months, see if you're not fucking...
All these third-party people that are kind of down, and then a lot of those third-party people are like, I don't know who the fuck said that. But...
Remember that we started off with like Arkham, and there was Arkham City, and Mass Effect 3 was on there. And like, it all seemed really good, but it wasn't really good. So just like if Skyrim comes out on the Switch, that seems good. It seems, but Elder Scrolls fucking 6 ain't coming out on it, so... But that's all the time we got for this podcast. We had a good podcast. We had a good podcast. Good. It was good. It was a good one.
Sound like a fucking nerd.
Oh, I am a nerd. Super nerd. Magnemite.
Oh, God.
But,
let's not talk about that.
We had a good podcast. I want to thank everyone for showing up. Please subscribe, like the video, let people know that we podcast every single Friday at 8 o'clock. Except for next Friday, because that's when Pokemon comes out. So you'll just be missing the podcast next week. So don't tell people too soon. Tell them next week.
Yeah. So appreciate you coming by, Nick, and you too, Aries.
Yeah,
it's really cool. You could
Aries,
come by,
I want to just say Aries is like one of the best fucking YouTubers. Like he does not get enough credit. His videos are awesome, and I don't just say that because I don't want to be kissing people's asses and shit. But like,
it's true.
He's awesome. I actually really enjoy his videos. But that's all we got. Catch you guys next time. Be sure to grab shiny in your day. Peace.
Later.